the league leaders, the team that have said this is their year, the team that has said World Cup season, we don't care. We are trying to finish the league before November. And that in Mike L, we trust. Trust the process. That's what everyone's been saying. We've seen the truth, trust the process, then not trust the process. Now he's trusting the process again.
Spartans! What is your profession?
Yes, people, another edition of Knightz and Roundtable Discussions where we discuss all sports all the time. Got my guy, The Truth, in the building. How are you doing, sir?
All good, man. All good. Got some nice results going my way so far. I'm upset about Palace. We gave away another lead. We gave away another lead. Vieira, like I'm on here, I'm warning you, fam. Like, you need to stop this rubbish. Like, this going, taking the lead and then playing defensive. Go for the throat. Like, I don't know who taught him that. It must have been when he went back to Italy. Flipping doing that nonsense. Come on, man. Third time this season. Is it the third time? I can't remember the other game that they played.
Yeah, I think it's like the third time. I think, who was it? I can't remember, but yeah, it's happened this season before where they've thrown away a lead.
Take the lead.
And obviously it happened on the weekend against City. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. Can't remember. I know they beat Villa. That was it. Yeah, it's been 3 times. That's too much. That's too much. Everyone's gonna start saying that they can't hold on to the lead, fam. Can't hold on to Gyal.
It's the fact that man said we, you know.
Hey, Vieira's my manager, fam. He's my manager, but I don't know where he learned this. I don't know where he learned that nonsense.
When he was, bruv, he went to Serie A, bruv. He was learning learning from Mancini and that. But yes, people, Footie Chat is back as usual. So we're going through everything that's happened over the weekend. Obviously, we've got midweek fixtures, some taking place as we speak. So we're going to be talking certain football clubs, especially if one loses in the next 4 minutes. We just have to bring up the fact that they lost again. But yeah.
Remember to invite Cooking with Rash here. Even if they drew, I want Rash on.
Listen, I send the invites out and I get response that he's coming on and he doesn't come on, and then he tries to say that we don't invite him.
You know when he'll come? If we get an actual other Chelsea fan on here. It'll bring him running. I'm out of Chelsea fan still.
Listen, his slot's getting taken up, so he better jump on soon. Or so we're gonna have to move on to the next man, bro. But even though we don't want Chelsea fans on here too tough, bro, because they're all scum. But it's all good. But people, as usual, before we start, make sure to like, share, comment, and subscribe to the channel. Get the likes up and get the subscriptions up and say all the time, share. We are here, and don't forget to join our social media pages as well. Links are in the description. Apologies for my voice. Listen, carnival weekend and that. You know what I mean? So man was having a whale of a time, so I'm a bit raspy right now. The Truth's laughing like he wasn't there, you know.
Nah, fam. I know I saw TJ on top of that bus stand that fell off. That fell down. I know TJ was the instigator. I saw him.
Listen, our man was there, bro. Man was there getting crushed. We were trying to crush man, bro. I see bare guys with gym muscles, bro, getting flung around, bro. Out there, can't hold off a couple of man. Like, it was crazy. Now, but it was all good. It was all good. But yeah, people, let's get this show on the road. And there's only one place to start, and that is the league leaders, the team that have said this is their year, the team that has said World Cup season, we don't care. We are trying to finish the league before November. And that in Mike L, we trust. Trust the process. That's what everyone's been saying. We've seen the truth, trust the process, then not trust the process. Now he's trusting the process again.
Oh, finished.
But look, 100% record in the Premier League, 4 out of 4 wins. playing some very good football. So they're deserving of where they are right now. And truth, look, a lot of people have said, opposition fans, it's been an easy start. To a certain extent, yes. I think Palace away, especially with the way how you lot play on the first day of the game of the season, I think that was a great result for you lot. It's not an easy game. After that, I would say, yeah, it's been a little bit in your favour, but it is the Premier League. Anything can happen, as we all know. But you lot have gone out there. You've been solid. You've scored goals. Your back four looks impressive. I know you're going to touch on, obviously, an injury to a certain player, which is why you need reinforcements. But just tell us, how are you feeling at the start of this season? Because I know there's a bounce with Arsenal fans, which hasn't been there for a long time. So just tell me how you're feeling with this 100% start to the season.
I'm telling you, it looks good. I'm not going to lie to you. It's been a long time. But I can't remember the last time where we've sat top of the league. Like, even after a few games, like, we've lost like the first few games. Well, I can't remember. I think the last time was probably 2016. Yeah, 2016.
That's
when
mad.
We finished second against Leicester. That's the last time that we actually sat top of the league. And we sat top of the league at that time around December time. And then we lost it to Leicester, and then they never looked back. But yeah, no, it feels good to actually be on top of the league, because, you know, even though I know we're not going to challenge, it just feels good to pretend to be in a title race. Even if it's at the start, I don't even care. It feels good to pretend to be in a title race. But look, man, no, nothing has been won. Don't get me wrong. Arsenal fans are being burnt. And you know what? It's like Arsenal fans, they got stupid memories. I don't know if they're doing it for clicks or what, but they got short-term memories, man. This team has burnt us one too many times. So I'm not getting carried away. I'm sorry. I'm not even getting remotely carried away. Our squad isn't good enough to sustain this and play in Europe. It's not good enough. Not big enough. It's not good enough. We still got weaknesses around the pitch. I think not having a plan B is a weakness on the pitch, even though the second striker wouldn't be playing. Not having access to that plan B is an issue. Midfield, big issue. The drop off on Partey is too big. We've still got Granit Xhaka in there. It's not good enough. It's not good enough.
Days. No. How dare you? How dare you try and
Partey is carrying that guy.
Right.
How carrying that
dare
guy.
you? Listen.
Don't get me wrong, he's playing well, but he's not the answer. He's not the answer. He's someone that he's filling in for a better player like Ruben Neves, or somebody in that midfield who's just more mobile, just more smarter, more disciplined, while still having that same technique. Right back is an issue. We can't keep playing Ben White at right back. There's only a matter of time.
Yes, bruv. No, leave the Seaside Senderos at right back for Sunday. Leave him there, fam.
The only good thing is that I don't mind him playing there for Sunday, because there's no Martial. Rashford will play through the thing, and I'm sorry, Elanga. All you have to do is back off Elanga.
Fam, Jaden will be over there, fam. Jaden will be over there. Well,
that's true. But Jaden himself.
King Anthony's in the building now, fam.
Oh yeah, but I don't know if he's gonna start. But Anthony's a baller, though. He's a baller.
Yeah, he's a baller.
But we just got too many. Our squad's not good enough right now, and this is why I'm not getting carried away. We've had a relatively easy start, but we do know, and already the things begin with Chelsea. Oh man, people are wasting time. Cooking with Rash is silent.
You know he goes missing every time they lose.
I like day, because he hasn't seen the match yet. The man's actually gonna wait for match of the day or something. or wait for YouTube. Oh man. That's madness. Back to Arsenal. We got loads of weakness. I can't get carried away. Our first test is gonna come on this Sunday. Like, even tomorrow, like every game in this Premier League that I'm seeing right now, more than any other fan, is it's no gimme. I think the only gimme in this Premier League right now is Bournemouth. That's it.
Yeah.
That's the only team you could be confident you can, yeah, we're going to go and whoop Bournemouth. Everybody else, it's a nightmare. It's a nightmare because you have to pay 110% because you know Gerrard's going to get his Aston Villa up tomorrow because they're going to be, he knows his job is on the line. So he's going to get them all passion and glory. And sometimes that might be enough. That might be enough.
Nah, I don't. I listen.
Come on, man.
I think in years gone past, definitely. I think what I've seen from Arsenal is a different mentality. You brought in two winners in Zinchenko and Gabriel Jesus. Something that you haven't had. You haven't had winners in your squad for a while. So I think bringing those two in, it kind of changes the mentality. Obviously, Arteta worked with him when he was putting out the cones for Pep. He knows them. He put the arm around Gabriel Jesus. Like Gabriel Jesus, I know he's been quality. And people seem to forget that before he went to City, all the big clubs wanted him. And I think people have forgotten that. But I think the thing that's impressed me with him, bro, I didn't know he had that sort of strength. Like when I'm seeing man hold off man, backing up into man, holding up I'm like, raw, bro. That's the last thing all the rest of us need. It's him and being able to do that because we know he's a quality finisher. We know technically he's very good. He's quick enough. And with him there, with Martinelli and Saka and the way how they're playing, obviously you got Smith Rowe on the bench. Odegaard, it looks like the captain's armband has changed him into a completely different player. You do have Partey in there who is quality. We can't deny it. And then the two freaking centre-backs, bro. Saliba and Gabriel, bro. That's next 10 years. As long as Real Madrid or Barcelona don't come calling, that's next 10 years of dominance, bro. Because those Saliba's quality, Gabriel I've always rated, even though I know he was at fault for the goal, but he made up more than made up for it. So I think, bro, look, I think in all areas covered, I agree with you 100%. Right back is an issue. I think Tomiyasu is a good backup to a proper right back. The likes of Cedric need to go. Bellerin, obviously, I think he's on his way out. I'm not sure. Obviously, Ben White can't play right back forever. He's not going to want to play right back forever. So I see the issue there. Yes, in an ideal world, you want another midfielder. I think El Neni is actually out for a while now. He's got a hamstring strain or something like that. So he's out for a while. So you're looking at Partey, who you can't rely on, Xhaka, and then what, Maitland-Niles, Lokonga, Vieira, the new you.
You know what? It's so mad, yeah? I think people have actually forgotten that we actually spent 34 million on this guy. He needs to be sick. Like for me, he personally needs to be sick. Because spending 34 million on a guy that's not going to play, it's like, and it's not a good start that he's coming injured. So it's a bit, I want to spend that 34 million and add it to a fund to get Neves. Like I would have been happy with that. Very happy. So
listen, there's obviously we still got time left in the transfer window. You mentioned Ruben Neves. Obviously, since July, since the window opened, you've been linked to Tielemans. I hope it doesn't happen. You have been linked to Tielemans as well. So, but I think what is it? The focus is apparently on Pedro Neto. I think that's where the focus on. I think that's where the big noise is. Is that
I like
around
Neto.
Pedro?
I do like
Pedro
Neto.
Bro, you know when you see something just walk past the window, brother, you're just like, right, hold on, wait 1 second. But yeah, I had to focus on Pedro. I like him as well, but I don't think he's necessary. I think in those areas, I know you sent Pepe on loan, but I think in the wide areas, you lot are sorted. So I don't know. I think if you lot were to bring Neves or Tielemans in, I think you can start thinking. I think you lot could start talking about the title race.
I'll tell you what, if we were to go and get those areas covered, Neto, Tielemans, I know it's a bit of a long stretch and we probably might only end up getting one. But if we were to go get Neto and Tielemans, I would be confident of top four. I'd be confident of top four.
Man said top four.
Nah, title
race.
Not playing Thursday night. If we were playing Champions League, yes. But Thursday, Sunday, it's a horrible
World
schedule.
Cup year, fam. Anything can happen.
That's true. But we're hoping and praying that Man City falter, which is a hard hope and prayer.
It really is. Truth, in terms of Arteta, as I said, it's been up and down with the fans. Arteta, when he came in, no one was really happy. He won the FA Cup. People told him to give him time. It was trust the process. People stopped trusting the process. Obviously, it was painful that you didn't get Champions League last season. I think that the All or Nothing documentary has changed a lot of people's perception on Arteta, and it's actually made people gravitate towards him. I've seen a bit of it because of the misses, obviously. And even me, I was just like, okay, this guy has got a little bit of that pep about him. Obviously, it doesn't look like he's got that racismo pep, a bit of pep about him, but he's got a little bit of pep about him. How, I know there's tougher tests to come, but in terms of the start of the season, how impressed are you of how he's got the team playing and what he's doing and what he's building? How impressed have you been with that?
Look, I've always had, I keep having an up and down relationship with this guy. And it's the pep thing that probably gets my nerves the most, because unfortunately for me, he takes all the bad aspects from Pep in terms of stubbornness, in terms of the way he plays, where he sets up his man management, which I don't like. But I've always said this guy learned under the best two managers you can learn under, Arsene Wenger and Pep. Like they're two Hall of Famers. Let's be real, they're two Hall of Famers, and he's learned under both those managers, and he's come from La Masia. He's got a very, very good education. So what he's doing doesn't surprise me. It impresses me, because I don't think the squad is at that level yet. So he is doing a good job. But because he does have the education, I do have to judge him on a higher scale than I would other people. Like for me, he shouldn't be on the level of your Ole's or your Steven Gerrards or your Lampards.
Yeah.
Like he's got a better education than that. So I do critique him very highly. That being said, I give credit where credit is due. He's had a good start to the season, but as you mentioned, there's bigger tests. There's bigger tests, and that comes on Sunday, where we face a resurgent Man United team. I'm actually looking at the game. I'm actually hoping that they. But you guys got this midweek?
Man, we got Leicester away. We're losing.
Oh my days! That is 10-0. Ah, that is 10-0. Don't talk about Leicester.
Bro, we're losing.
But,
we are going to talk about Leicester, but we're losing that
game. That's a good idea. No, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. So yeah,
it doesn't matter what happens with Leicester. They could lost 55 games. When United come to town, it's a guaranteed W.
Nah, I don't hear that when United come to town nonsense. That's the old United. Everyone shows United think that they're gonna win now, and that's gonna be their detriment because you guys are ready. You guys are back.
No, nowhere near. We know where we are, and that's 6. We know where we are, and that's 6. Europa League is our focus.
No, I'm not thinking to that. I'm not agreeing to that. Because first of all, I know it's a side thingy, but you guys have got your manager, you've got your players.
Nah, not all of them. Not all of them.
I know not all of them, but you got enough there to make a statement this season.
Nah. There's still too much. There's still too much.
Where?
The fridge being first. One injury and he's back in the team. And we know Varane's injury prone. So I'm just waiting, yeah. When it comes to Leicester, and they'll be like, oh yeah, Varane pulled up. So Harry Maguire's back in the team. Then we're back to square one all over again.
Okay, fair enough. Okay, apart from that,
we still got the pensioner up front. Yeah, who are fair enough. I'm not gonna get on his back because he actually hasn't done anything wrong. He wants out, which is fair enough. Unfortunately, no one wants him. It's just the way how it is. He still might get his move, but I think if he is there, I think it's a problem in terms of the style and the system. I think in midfield, Casemiro isn't enough. He's better than what we have. We have.
You should be excited about Casemiro and Fred, though.
I am. I am. I want to see Casemiro and Fred play next to each other. I think it will be a very good partnership. However, what it is, I don't mind that in certain games, but I think for the majority of games, I need Casemiro next to someone that's going to be comfortable in the football. I know Eriksen is, I know Donny is, but again, it looks like Donny's not getting a look in, which really worries me because I'm saying, well, if you're not getting a look in under Ten Hag, I think it might be time to move on. Eriksen, obviously, we know he's not the type of player. So a Frankie de Jong, a Ruben Neves, a Tielemans. Please. 40 M's is all that's needed. He's on his last year. We don't need to go and spend 100 mil on Neves. Tielemans is there, ready to be bought. He's got the SOS, right? And he's waving it, not at Arsenal, but at Man United to come and save him. Yeah, so please go and get him. I'm seeing our business is done and it shouldn't be done. I think if we could bring in a Tielemans, then I would say maybe 5th. We could finish 5th. But with the squad right now, it's still 6th place. It's still Europa League is the target. And I want to see our strongest team in the Europa League. I don't care about the Premier League because we're not getting top 4. So there's no point in caring. Focus on the Europa, win us the Europa, gets us back in the Champions League, and then maybe we can go and get the signings that we need to get. But this ain't United talk. We're not talking about United. We're talking about United for the past 2 weeks. We're back onto Arsenal. But finally, Truth. As you said, the tests are to come. We'll talk more about who you're playing. But if Arteta, obviously Villa at home and then it's United away, do you think the fans could turn straight away if you were to lose at United? Do you think all that bounce and all that goodness that the fans are feeling, one loss to Man United away, which you know obviously is the El Clasico of YouTubers and the internet, do you think that the fans could turn and be like, all right, well, he's clearly not ready yet? Or do you think it's just a case of, all right, fair enough, we did lose that game, but there's plenty more games left in the season and we're going to give him now the time to do what he has to do based on what you've seen so far?
Unfortunately, the way our fans are, that's how they're going to react. Me, I am very much prepared to give Arteta till December. Not the whole season. Not the whole season. I told you, he's under microscope. So he's got until December. When the World Cup, November.
Yeah.
And then we'll see how he's doing and take it from there. But the fans, trust me, one bad result and that's it. That's it. Our fans are too volatile. I think it's unfair. As I said, last year I was disappointed. Let me turn this off.
Properly,
Yeah.
So last year I was disappointed that we didn't get it, but I think with the signings he made, he's allowed and should be given that time to see what else he can do. And you know what? We're in 3 competitions, cup competitions. He's got that time and space. But anything, any bad result, I don't think we could afford an early exit from the League Cup. Obviously, FA Cup begins in January. I don't want to see an empty exit from any of those cup competitions because it's trophy winning time. It's about building that winning mentality. Yeah, I think time will tell. Like I don't want the feel good factor to go. Like even if you have a bad result, for me, what's so important is that the fans really get behind the team and be like, look, you guys messed up, fam, we're still behind you. But the way fans are these days, it's one loss. That's it. Even Liverpool lost. People saying Klopp is not the man. What am I hearing? I'm like, freaking hell. And that's Liverpool, you know.
I'm hearing, yeah, but I heard one thing, bruv. And people were like, yeah, it's Klopp's 7-season syndrome. I'm like, what?
Oh man, football fans, man. Football fans.
It's mad. It's mad now. But honestly, I think that because of the way how you lot started, I think he's going to get the time. I think he's going to get the time to do what he has to do. I think if you early exit out of the League Cup, poor performances in the Europa and in the league, and then things might turn. But yeah, I can see Arteta lasting to at least the end of the season and probably into next, especially if you.
unless things go really sour, he will have until the end of the season. I think if things go sour by March, we cut our losses and get someone else in there that will bring us up. You know, we could get Nagelsmann.
Man said Nagelsmann, bro.
Once Bayern failed to win the Champions League, Nagelsmann will be there for the taking. I can't even think who else is available. There's another guy I can't remember his name.
Graham Potter.
I don't know.
Everyone's like Graham Potter's a good manager, but not for my club.
No, exactly. And I rate Potter highly. I really do. I rate that guy highly.
Yeah.
I think he needs to win first. I think he needs to go to a Everton or a West Ham or something like that and then win something. Then he can be considered. You can't go from Brighton to Arsenal. You can't go from Brighton to anyone in the Big Six.
Fair enough. But people will see what happens. We'll see. Obviously, we're anticipating Arsenal continue their run. And then obviously we've got a big game in the weekend, which we will be discussing later on in the week. But we need to move on. Truth, the team directly behind you lot in second place, City, obviously 10 points from their 4 games, resounding victory, comeback again against Crystal Palace. Bruv, just a word on Haaland, fam, because we know that he's different type of player to what Pep is used to. We're all wanting to see how he's going to fit in, how he's going to adapt to the Pep style and whatnot. But fam, that guy is just a friggin' monster. He's a monster. And that hat trick just displayed everything about that guy. In the air, cool, fine, I'll header it in. Want to find space, little tap in, yeah, I'll do that. Oh, look, through ball, get off that, yeah? And slots it in. Fam, how good has he looked so far in the Premier League?
You know, the crazy thing is, I don't even think he's looked that good.
That's the biggest joke.
But he's doing what he does, and that is score goals. And this is the thing with City now. They're not even creating that much clear-cut chances as they were last season. But the chances they're creating, they've got a deadly finisher on the pitch. It's so crazy. Like, they haven't even played well when you think about the game against Newcastle. The game against Palace, that first half was awful. First half, they didn't get going at all. They couldn't break it down, break down Palace. But they do have the options. And that's what happened. They had the options. They brought on they brought on, what's his name, Gundogan. They brought on
Alvarez as well, no?
Yeah, Alvarez as well. And then they were able to change the game. But in terms of Haaland, this is why I called him a blue chip player. Not only is he different class, but his mentality is different. His mentality is, the media can't get to someone like Haaland. He is a mentality monster and he wants to be a GOAT. He wants to be a GOAT. Anyone that wants to be a GOAT and puts the work in, they're gonna be successful in this league. Especially in a team like City, they're gonna be successful. Beware when City click. Hard speed. Because I go back to what you said. The title race may be over in November. If that happens.
Fam, listen. If they can get it going, pointless. And with Liverpool being weaker, it's a wrap. Yeah, it's a wrap. Yeah. I can't see who's gonna stop him. Like I think I saw an article saying that how managers are already phoning each other, like exchanging details on Haaland and how to stop him and blah blah. Like that's mad. That's mad. Like what is he? 21? 21, 22. Yeah. Fam, 6 goals in 4 games in the Premier League. And you got everyone talking about you. And I know obviously it's based on what he's done at Dortmund and prior, but it's not fair. It's not fair. It's not. It's not fair, but City done the deal and they're talking about, it was a steal, 51 million for him. Obviously, it was in his contracts. We know that. But 51 million, bruv, I feel like City robbed everybody with that because, bruv, he should have been like at least 300 million.
But you guys could have got him for 20 million.
Fam.
Despite the contract thing. Get him for 20 million.
Ollie fucked up that deal. Yeah, like he fucked up everything else. Yeah. Imagine, man, it's from your country. He knows all he knows everyone that you know. Yeah. You could have spoken. The deal was done and Ollie messed it up. And now look, we're having to look across the road and see him banging in goals for City. And look, wow, this guy could be on 20 goals by like January. No joke in the Premier League. I know Champions League is there to come, but honestly, like it's going to be nuts trying to stop him. And the biggest thing is, bro, he hardly touches the ball.
That is crazy. He doesn't need. Imagine, what we know of strikers that if they get cold and they don't touch the ball for a while, unless we're talking about Ronaldo, I think he's the only cold-blooded killer there is. No one else, they need to touch the ball. Even Messi needs to touch the ball, get the feel of the ball. Haaland does not need to touch the ball. Like, he's still as ice cold, even if he doesn't touch the ball for 40 minutes. And it's crazy. And you know what's mad? I don't know if I was watching the game, and I'm still seeing Haaland make those runs. And sometimes he's not getting the ball. But it doesn't, like, once City just start feeding and trusting him and just looking up and just feeding him the ball, because he's making good runs, he's in good space. It's gonna be scary. Like my predictions have actually just changed, just on the way Haaland has, not even Man City, just the way Haaland has started. And City have gone back to my favourites.
Yeah, the impact he's had is crazy. In saying that truth, City, right? When we look at it, if we include going back to last season, they have gone 2-0 down 4 times in 6 games. The last 2 games of last season and the last 2 games this season against Palace and Newcastle. And they keep coming back, which obviously shows the mentality, the mental strength. Obviously, the last game of the season when they won the league was absolutely crazy. But surely this isn't sustainable. They can't continue to keep coming from 2-0 down and winning games. Yes, against the lesser teams, but when they come up against a Liverpool or Chelsea or whatnot, they can't do that. What's the issue there? What is going on? Why does City keep going behind in games? Is it a slow start? Is it that the defenders aren't good enough? Is it because the screening isn't good enough? What's the issue there?
So as good as Chelsea are going forward, I've always said this, you can always get at them. And because they're not, because at the moment they're not all in sync going forward, they're giving the ball away a lot. So they're giving more opportunities on the counter. And the more you put the defense under pressure, the more they'll crumble. John Stones, I don't rate him that highly. Ake.
Oh my days.
No one rates him that highly. Walker's getting on a bit. He's not the exact same player. Cancelo, we know, is better going forward than thingy. And then Rodgers is taking a little bit more of an advanced role. He seems to be more box to box and just a holding, because I see him sometime on the edge of the area trying to bang shots.
To be fair, he got a few goals last season doing that.
Yeah, he did. So yeah, I think defensively more better than before in the past. You can get a little bit more at this City team. And I hope and this is what I wanted from Crystal Palace. I thought they should have put them to the sword, because after they're 2-0 down, City were playing with a huge high line. I'm thinking, take off Jordan Ayew, because that guy's total crap. Yeah, put on Mateta, put on your ballers so you could start, taking this City team to the sword. And they didn't do it. You let them. I don't think right now, even a low block could stop City. You cannot let them play. The only way to stop City is to actually attack them.
We saw from Newcastle, bro. St. Maxi was having a field day.
Exactly. And this is what I'm saying. A lot more teams need to take upon themselves now. Only way to attack, defend against City is to attack them. And that's why they're scoring more goals. A lot of teams are realize they are weaker in defense or weaker in keeping the ball than before because they're not playing, tiki-taka. They are trying to be a little bit more direct, trying to give the ball to Haaland. Also, teams are defending a little bit further up the pitch. They are defending in tighter, but they're defending further up the pitch because you don't need to be afraid of a Jesus. You don't need to be afraid of a Sterling getting in behind. There still is no pace in behind. So that still is there, but everyone knows now you can't play Haaland on the shoulder because as Ward found out, man got bounced. Man got bounced. I was like, oh my God, Haaland, why are you doing this for?
Fam, oh man, like bruv said, all them centre backs that like, yeah, let's rough him up a little bit, try and play that shithousery. It's not gonna work. Right. It's not gonna work, bruv. You just have to do them ones where it's a knee to the calf, step on man's foot.
You love
all them, bruv. You're gonna have to try and do them dirty tactics. You're not gonna bully man. Yeah. And if you give him enough space, if man can get to top speed, you're struggling. Yeah. You're struggling. So it's crazy. But nah, I just think that keeping going behind 2-0 is not sustainable. I think that at some point they're gonna struggle with that, and they'll probably end up dropping more points than what they're used to if it carries on the way that it carries on. But at this moment in time, Haaland is just, bruv, he's got that team on their back already, bruv. Like Kobe did with the Lakers, fam, and Jordan with the Bulls, fam. He's the one man. There's one man team, man. Huh?
And LeBron with the Cavs.
No. He had Kyrie and Kevin Love. No. But we'll move on, Drew. We'll move on. But just the same people, truth changes. You see, the truth saw that Uruguayan and he's changed his mind now. He's gone over to Man City.
Until Darwin comes back, and then we see from the Liverpool side what they're made of. Then I make a proper decision. But as of right now, Haaland changed the game a bit.
I hear that. Truth, we got to move on, fam, because there's one team that I want to talk about in particular, and that is the team at the bottom of the Premier League, and that is Leicester City. They are in
bottom. Did you say?
Yeah, bottom.
Nah, let me check.
Remember, Bournemouth have won a game.
Leicester haven't won yet.
Nah.
Sack him.
Sam, this is what I'm saying. Bruv, they've got 1 point from 4 games.
That's mad.
Bottom of the league, fam. So, look,
mad.
What is going on there? Because it's crazy to think that Leicester, a team that teams don't like playing against, we know what they're about. Obviously, top half of the table finishes, obviously won the Premier League, even though it was seasons ago. Won the FA Cup, not last season before. Like, what is going on there? What is the issue right now at Leicester? Because it's a conundrum as to why they have struggled so much. And I think the only big team they played is you lot so far.
Did they not play?
Yeah, they played.
They just played Chelsea.
Oh yeah, and Chelsea. Sorry, yeah, Chelsea.
They had down to 10 minutes, 29 minutes.
Exactly. So they should have won that game. But what do you think the issue is?
So as much as Rodgers has done a good job, he gets to a point all the time with you cannot keep playing counter-attacking football and the same style football. That's up there. You just can't, it's just not sustainable for a long period of time. You have to always to have sustainable football, you need to be the protagonist. You need to always keep on changing football as a protagonist, being on the ball, being proactive rather than reactive. And Rodgers, unfortunately, is just a reactive coach. And Jamie Vardy was never going to carry on throughout the whole of his career. That pace is gone. They bought a few ballers that I thought last year were very good in Somalia and Daka. But it just has, especially tomorrow. I'm surprised. That guy is
He's a baller.
I don't know what's going on there. I don't know what's going on. I don't know if he struggled to settle in England, but I'm surprised he struggled. Daka, he was a goal scorer. I don't know if that what's his name? I think he needs to be trusted a bit more. Maybe build a team around these players instead of keeping it around Vardy, who's injury prone and not the same player that he is. And Iniacho, that we know will have a purple patch, but Iniacho is at the end of the day got a Nigerian foot. Shout out to all my Nigerian fans out there, but we know that foot is bent. You know, that foot is crooked.
Man said he's got a witch doctor foot, fam.
like it's for real. So, and then the injuries last year didn't help them. Justin being out for a long time.
Their defense got torn to shreds last season.
It was torn to shreds, and no signings this year. Like I don't understand. I know, and they don't have the money to do it because according to the project, they wanted to build their infrastructure first.
Yeah, that's what's happened. So they built the new training ground.
Yeah.
And I think they did some work on the stadium as well.
Yeah.
So what's happened now is they're like, we ain't got no money for you. It's been put on the infrastructure. They're like, we're not United, we're not Chelsea, we're not City. So infrastructure first. His job is to keep us in the Premier League, and then maybe a couple seasons down the line, then we can revisit that. But I think because of how Leicester have been in the Premier League and what they've achieved, even though I think they've overachieved to a certain extent, I think the fans and all the opposition fans looking at it are like, wow, like what's really going on? Where the reality is that we're not going to overspend. This is what we've done for the seasons to come. So you're kind of just going to have to accept it. So in that sense, is it unfair to blame Brendan Rodgers for what is going on right now in terms of on the field with the crop of players that he's got?
No, because the crop of players are good. I think he's got a good enough squad there not to be bottom of the league. Mid-table, yes. That Chelsea defeat was damning because you're against 10 men against a team that can't score goals because they got no striker. Jamie Vardy missed a host of chances. Once those things start happening, you know what time it is, and he's been there with Liverpool. I think there are better managers more equipped to take this current Leicester team forward and start playing different and utilising them playing better. Don't get me wrong. Nothing. Who?
Graham Potter.
Ooh, good shout. Very good shout. I think the Fofana thing hasn't helped. I think Tielemans hasn't helped. And who else? Maddison hasn't helped. There's a lot of players there that are going disillusioned about being there. So it's going to need a new manager to bring a whole new ethos and philosophy to that team. Unfortunately, I'm not a fan of managerial sackings. I hope Rodgers does get a little bit more time to try turn it around because I think he does have a good squad and probably just bring in one or two. But I don't see him bringing in one or two players. His track record in terms of bringing in players is not the best. It's not the best. So do you really trust someone like Rodgers with money to go get new players?
I hear you 100%. And as you said, Brendan Rodgers is notorious for it. He has 2-3 seasons and then it's time to move on. Unfortunately, his sustainability just isn't there. We saw it with Liverpool. We saw it with Celtic in Europe. Not so obviously they were winning in the league, but in Europe, we've seen it. Obviously now we're seeing it with Leicester, and his ideas just get stale and boring, and the players just seem to down tools. And when you look at the bigger picture, Truth, obviously a transfer window still open. There is a possibility he could lose 4 players. Obviously, Fofana, there's a verbal agreement for 70 mil with Chelsea. He looks like that's done. Tielemans, as we said, final year. It could be the time for him to say, you know what, I want to go.
What do they do? Do they keep Tielemans for a year? lose him for free next summer, or is it just cashing on him now?
This is it. Obviously, Maddison is a hot commodity that they have, and Harvey Barnes. Harvey Barnes is a hot commodity that they have as well. So, truth, there could be. I think it's highly unlikely, but there could be a possibility they could lose those 4 players. If Leicester were to lose those 4 players, we're not even talking about survival. They are relegated based on the form that they're having based on the form they have right now. Yeah. That's how crazy the situation is. So it might be a thing. Brendan Rodgers just says, here's my resignation, because this job right now at Leicester is looking impossible for any manager, purely because they haven't got the backing of the owners, and all their top players are looking to be taken. It's mad. It's absolutely mad.
I didn't, until you mentioned it, I didn't even know they were bottom. And that's damning, considering Bournemouth just sacked their manager. So, yeah, that's crazy. That is crazy. What, is Rodgers the next on the chopping block?
Rodgers, hopefully Fat Frank.
Rodgers, Fat Frank, Stevie G.
Stevie G, yeah, poor, because Villa fans weren't happy with that West Ham loss.
Exactly.
Villa fans weren't happy. So, all these names are on the chopping block, and when we look at it, obviously, Brendan Rodgers could be looking in the crystal ball, because, as you just mentioned, Truth, Scott Parker's been sass after getting pumped 9-0 by Liverpool. I think you need to have a little bit of common sense with it. It wasn't the defeat, even though a lot of people are saying he should have got sacked for the defeat alone. But I'm just like, he got Bournemouth to the Premier League when no one even thought they would have gotten there. So I think he deserves a little bit more time. But Truth, this is the issue. When you're not getting your way, when you're not getting your signings, if you speak out against the board, this is what happens. So it's one of them catch-22 situations where you can criticize the board, but then you can get sacked. But if you don't say anything, you're stuck with the shit, and then you're going to get sacked eventually. So it's all a bit mad. Like, I don't know. I don't know. But what do you think about the Parker sacking?
This is the Premier League. It's a monster, man. Literally what you just said. Like, when you break it down like that, it's like, you're damned if you do, you're damned if you like. This Bournemouth team is, let's be real, it's rubbish. It's actually really, really rubbish. They've only got 3 Premier League standard players at a push. I would probably even only put Solanke as a low-level Premier League player in terms of a striker that can score goals. Everyone else,
I don't even know who they have. I think they got that Brooks who's been out injured. Lerma.
You can have Lerma coming as a sub. That's about it.
They're all Championship players. They're all Championship players.
Yeah. High Championship, low Premier League players, low Premier League subs. Just not good enough. And I have empathy for my guy Scott Parker, because he is a passionate guy. Like, when you hear this guy talk, he loves the game and he's passionate about the game. And me, I personally feel sorry for him. I hope because of it now Bournemouth gets, they go down. The same thing that Watford do. They haven't spent anything. They're not doing what Nottingham Forest are smart.
Fam. I want to know where they're getting this money from.
Fam, they're spending all of that 100. They're spending all of that 100 mil that they got. That's all.
They are. They're screwed if they get relegated, innit?
They're not though.
Why not?
They signed so many players, that they could just, people are just gonna come in and buy. And they signed them on these funny contracts where, they can just leave. But they've signed so many players that people just come in and buy these players. Like when you think about it, who they signed the other day? They got Emmanuel Dennis that people come and buy.
They just brought in Lodi from Atletico.
Is it Atletico? Yeah, they signed him. They got loads of players.
Aurier is on a free transfer.
On a free transfer. Willian.
Willian's going Fulham.
Oh yeah, Willian's going Fulham. Yeah, they signed somebody. They signed more that Morgan Gibbs White Like he's
For
gonna go
45 million.
I know that's mad. That's mad. He's not even that impressive to me. Who was they signed?
Obviously, Lingard's there.
Yeah, Lingard's there.
That Okanaki, what's his name? Or Onwanyomi or whatever, bro. That Nigerian brother up front.
Yeah, he's alright though. I like him.
Like, fam, I saw it on the thing. They signed 18 players.
Whew.
18 players. That's what I said. If they get relegated, they're screwed. All right, fair enough, people are going to come in. But then they got no squads.
Yeah.
So they have to survive.
Apparently, I forgot what manager it was or what CEO. They said, or was it the Fulham one? I think someone said, that Fulham's model is actually really beneficial to get relegated and go back up, because the money in going back up here is so much. And then if you can keep your squad and you got enough funds to keep that squad together to go back up, it's very sustainable. Like, it's mad. Maybe that's the new business thing. Get relegated and then go back up.
Like them yo-yo clubs, the Norwiches, the Watfords, and the Fulhams of this world. That's what they do. They just come up one season, go back down, parachute payment, and go back up again. It's mad, fam. It's mad. But quickly, Drew, who's going down? We haven't even had that conversation, fam. Like, obviously, we're 4 or 5 games into the season. Like, who are the 3 teams that you see going down? Me personally, I got Bournemouth, Forest. I don't know the third one. I want to say, I say this every season, I want to say Southampton.
We need to stop. The Carson needs to do enough to keep this team in the Premier League. That's it. Like, they just beat Chelsea today. They gave you guys a run for your money. Southampton are just a hard team.
But we got the job done. Unlike a certain team, we got the job done.
They're hard to beat. They are really hard to beat.
They are.
As you said, Bournemouth.
I think Forest are going down.
I think Forest will go down, you know. I don't think Forest will go down.
Maybe I think you could maybe throw Leeds in there.
Yes. Yeah, I don't think you're going to get anything with Americans. I'm sorry. I think they're going to drop down this thing. But they're quite high up, 8 points. That's a good head start.
I know. But this is it. And then
you know what can happen with Leeds.
Fat Frank's there, bro. But I think Everton will sack him before the time comes in and survive, bro.
It's hard. You know what? It's hard, you know. I don't know. If you ask me right now, I'm saying Bournemouth, maybe Forest, and then I can see one of Everton, Villa, or Leeds going down.
Ooh, Villa, you know. Ooh.
Yeah.
Mad. But yeah, people, we need to move on. But let us know what you think in the comment section of who's going down in the Premier League. But Truth, Prem predictions. Are we doing that? Are we not doing it? Are we doing it? Or are we not doing it?
No, we'll do it Thursday. We give the results for last week and this week while I calculate. We need to calculate this week's results. I think TJ won this one with a few anyway, because he got the perfect result for, what was the one again? Chelsea.
Yeah, the Chelsea. Who did Leicester? Chelsea. Leicester.
Yeah, Chelsea Leicester. Where you said 2-1. I didn't have a great week this week, and SD didn't have a great week. So I think TJ took quite a lead. I think he got 4 points from this week, off the top of my head, from what I remember. So yeah, we'll calculate that for you guys for Friday, where we do a special. If you're Man United versus Arsenal special, can't wait.
Technically, it's a transfer window special. It's a transfer window special.
This is the El Clasico of social media. It needs its own El Clasico.
It's a transfer window special as we wrap up. And as a side note, when we talk about United and Arsenal and all of that.
You guys are not favourites.
Huh? We're not favourites.
Oh, you guys are favourites for this game.
We're not favourites because Arsenal are going to win the league. So how can we be favourites against a team that's going to win the league?
Oh man.
But people, let us know what you think in the comment section. Let us know what you think about Arsenal and their start so far. Let us know what you think about Arteta and how it is going. Let us know what you think. When will Arsenal wrap up the league? Is it March? Is it April? Let us know what you think about City and the beast Haaland. What are we saying? Is it 20? Is it 25 goals? Is it 30? Is he going to break the Premier League record? 30 for a 30-game season. I think it's 32.
Okay, yeah. I think
Andy Cole had it, but I think that was over 36 games or something like that. Yeah. City, is it sustainable to keep going behind and coming back? Will City have the league wrapped up by November, like the truth said? Let us know what you think about Leicester. Is Rodgers' time up already? Will those players be sold before the transfer window's closed? And as I said, who do you think is going down? Is it Forest? Is it Bournemouth? Is it Fulham? Is it Everton? Is it Villa? Is it Leeds? Is it Southampton? Heck, is it Brighton? Because we know Brighton start fast. I mean, listen, by the time Brighton go down, Graham Potter could be the new manager of Arsenal. So they might just, according to the truth, because Arteta's only got till December. So people will let us
review his position.
People will let us know what you think in the comment section. And as usual, before we go, make sure to like, share, comment, and subscribe to the channel. Get the likes up, get the subscriptions up. At the same time, share. We are here. Don't forget to join our social media page as well. Links are in the description. I want to say thank you very much to my guy, The Truth, as always. Thank you very much, sir.
Pleasure.
People, as we said, coming up, it will be coming out. We've got our transfer window special. Obviously, our preview, the big game of the weekend, Man United versus Arsenal. We will try our best to find Cooking with Rash. He's not even responding in the group at the moment. He's just gone silent in the group chat all of a sudden.
I might start throwing some gas on the fire. Tuchel out. Wait, did Koulibaly play today?
Yeah, he did.
Koulibaly out. I want to go.
Bam, this is why Tuchel doesn't play 4 at the back, because this is what happens. But people, stay safe out there. Be safe. And we shall see you very, very soon. Peace.